Swarm skill in this battle, which he could have if he wanted to. But the ghouls with vampiric aura really do mess up these footmen really well. I mean, you see they're all taking damage. The ghouls that aren't getting hit are gaining life. He's microing his ghouls that are getting focus fired back. Now just hold all, pretty much all, what's his name, Joker's footmen have taken a substantial amount of damage. They're pretty much all in the orange and red except for one green footman. And I'd say that to do this is pretty important pretty much in any game, because like if you focus fire one unit at a time, your opponent is going to catch on to this and he's going to start microing the unit you're focus firing out of the battle. And if you're really not that great of a player, you're either going to keep chasing that unit he's microing and his whole army is going to get hits on you, or if you're a pretty smart player, you're going to try to focus on something else. But even then, it's ineffective because with good micro pretty much counters this. But if you can spread out the damage amongst all the units, it makes it really hard for your opponents. Even with scrolls of healing and shit, just counter that with some scrolls of healing of your own and you're fine. But let's take a look at the human expansion real quick and see what he's building, because I like to give some tips to human players as well. This is the first Undead commentary I've done for the site, and human for that matter. So yeah, I'll try to give you guys some tips along the way too. But yeah, this human is teching the castle. He's building the 2 Griffin aviaries, or he will be at some point. And this is pretty much the general tactic of the humans. I mean, they fast expo, they tower, and then they either the most common things I see is they either go for duel or try workshop and just mass the shit out of tanks and maybe some gyrocopters, or they'll go for duel or try Griffin aviaries. And yeah, we see 2 Griffin aviaries already up for or on their way up for the human player. A little bit of harassment going bad there for Axslav. 1 ghoul dies, and maybe it was 2, but I think it was 1, and 2 are like very close to death, like extremely close. While on the other hand, Axslav is just creeping the map. And if we take a look at the human player's hero, he's like level 3 with like, I'd say, a fourth of the way to level 4, while Axslav on the other hand is almost halfway to level 5, and we all know that a level 6 Dreadlord is pretty much GG. That Infernal is ridiculously strong. He's got chaos damage. I believe he can even be coiled, which is retarded. But take a look at Axslav's main. He's got Tri-Crypt, I forgot to mention that, which is very strange because Destroyers pretty much own like anything a human player can make. But Axslav, being such a cool player, he's one of my favorite players really, he goes Tri-Crypt, and he's pretty much only going to be making the units you can get from a crypt. And while this multitask base defense is going on down at Axslav's main, Axslav Dreadlord has just crept out the shop near the human player's main town hall, and he's picked up a Book of the Dead. Now normally, pretty much you want to instantly sell this versus human, because they'll have at least a couple priests. But being the good player that he is, Axslav, knowing what humans generally tend to do on this map, he's not going to sell it. He's going to keep that tome of Book of GG, and he's going to use it to great effect pretty much at the end of this game. A nice surround on the human player's Mountain King right here. Almost all these footmen are in the red. Yes, all the footmen are in the red from attacking Axslav's main. And watch this sexy carrion swarm right here. It's really awesome. He's gonna get this water elemental right here and 3 footmen. Watch this. I just gotta show you the boom! Look at them all die. That's so funny. I mean, come on. How many times have you ever seen that in a game? Really? I mean, who uses carrion swarm? But anyway, I just felt I should show you guys that little thing in this game. But anyway, take a look at Axslav's base. When the human player was attacking Axslav's base, he actually did see a guard come out. So I believe he made a few more Dragonhawk Riders than he normally would have. I'm not sure. Dragonhawk Riders are pretty much what humans like to mass, especially if they expect mass destroyers. And they're also good versus guards as well, because they got that aerial shackles, and when they're in the shackle, they can't do anything. And unless you web the Dragonhawk Riders, which Axslav is going to be doing, because he knows that the human player was going mass flying. He did see them not gyros. He did see them Dragonhawk Riders when he killed the 3 footmen and the water elemental all in that one carrion swarm. But this is going to be the last battle of the game, coming up here at the human player's natural expansion. Now, while you guys just watch for a couple seconds, I just want to give a tip to the Undead players out there. On this map, it is crucial to at least try to control the human player's insane expanding abilities. I mean, do not let them get 3 or 4 expansions. At least give them some trouble when they're getting them. I mean, this map is really hard for Undead to win on. I ain't gonna lie, I almost always lose to human on this map just because of this fact towers and the mass flying. Now, with all them peon kills, or peasant kills I should say, the Axslav has gotten level 6 on his Dreadlord, and that's just really freaking awesome for Axslav, because Infernal owns. Now the human player is going to try to come up on Axslav's army, and he's just going to turn around, web the flying carrion swarm. Does a pretty good damage versus all of them units. Infernal goes off on all the heroes. I believe it just stunned all the heroes. Book of GG, Scroll of Healing, and the human player is pretty much done. Carrion swarm was used very, very well in this game. Human player says GG, and that's GG. And I really, really like this game because Axslav did something against this human player that you almost never see done in standard pro games these days. I really am getting sick and tired of watching pro games using the same old shit every time. It's yeah, they have incredible micro and all this other stuff, but it's just more of the same. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah, I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, anyone who's played Warcraft and's been to the site and watches replays they all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this game because of Axslav's non-cookie cutting skills. What he chose to do was very out of the norm, especially his hero skill choice, Carrion Swarm. Very awesome. Quick recap of the game for the Undead players. Try to control them human expansions if you can. At least give them problems when they're trying to go for the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th expansion and whatnot. Possibly use a shade to scout out what they're doing. At least use your Rod of Necromancy Skellies to just check out what they're doing. Oh yeah, control the human expansions. At least give them problems. Scouting is key. Know if they're going steam tanks or if they're going Griffin aviaries with flying. A couple tips for you Undead, you human players out there. Once you build your fast expansion up, just try and if you suspect that your Undead opponent is going to be counter fast expanding, instantly run over to his natural and cancel that shit. Keep trying to cancel it. Place a sentry ward there if you can. Mind the wand of the lightning shield. I mean, if you see it, you obviously have to run your peasants away. Just try to do it with as minimal amount of losses as possible. If you have been scouting out your opponent's main base or expansion, which you should have been, if you see a sacrificial pit, just always know that there's shades around, and possibly build a gyro or have a dust of appearance with you if you're creeping, because if you don't, expect the Undead player to creepjack you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this audio commentary. Diablogod signing out. Peace!